and welcome to a brand new episode of the Transfer Talk. I'm Diyar and today we'll be going through the latest transfer rumours of the day. We've got lots to go through today with some good news about Vicente Guaita and also potential players coming into the club. But if you do enjoy this video, please leave a like and do subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into it. First player that we'll be talking about is Kyle Walker-Peters. According to Football Insider, Tottenham Hotspur defender Kyle Walker-Peters will hold talks with managers of Palace and Southampton this week. Hodgson admitted last week he was keen to sign Walker-Peters. Well, first of all, he is a right back and we do need a right back. I mean, just going into the season with Joe Wood was a disaster in the making in the first place, and now we're in that position where we are playing players slightly our position with Martin Kelly, who is not a right back in my opinion, especially in the Premier League. Walker-Peters would be the right move in my opinion, due to the fact that he's only 22 years old and he has looked okay when he has played for Tottenham. I mean, he is out of the Tottenham side now, but as I said, 22 years old, a player who likes to dribble the ball and is confident on the ball. The only real downside is his actual physical ability. He's not the biggest person and not also the most physical built person as well, so that's the only real downside. But you know, we saw with Wan-Bissaka, I'm not saying Walker-Peters is Wan-Bissaka, but it's not all about being physical. I mean, it's about your technical ability as well, and maybe Walker-Peters coming to a club like Palace and having continuous game time will help his game develop, and I feel like this move could help all parties involved. So I mean, if it does happen, it will be a good one in my opinion. Let me know what you think. Is 22 right back at Tottenham. How does that sound for you guys? And let's get into the second player. The second player is Vicente Guaita. This is positive news. According to The Athletic, Palace have the option to extend his contract for an extra year when his current deal runs out next summer. This is the news we need about Vicente Guaita. Forget about all them stories about him leaving the club, because I didn't believe it in the first place. He seems like happy at the club, and also the club I doubt would be willing to sell him unless a really ridiculous offer came. But Vicente Guaita, yes, is not really related to this window, but it doesn't matter. I mean, he has been phenomenal since he has joined the club, and the fact that we can extend his contract for another year when his deal runs out is just absolutely fantastic. I mean, I've criticised the board before. I know some of you have as well, but you have to give credit when it's due. This Vicente Guaita signing has been phenomenal, because we had Wayne Hennessy before. I don't want to talk much about him and his time at Palace, but he hasn't really been a success in all honesty. But finding a goalkeeper like Vicente Guaita, who has single-handedly saved us in so many games this season, has been absolutely fantastic business. And yeah, I hope it will be fantastic. Once his contract runs out, we can extend it. But I thought I'd let you guys know about that, and let's get into the next player. The third player linked with a move to Palace is Ashley Young. According to the Daily Express, he's set to miss United's game against Wolves. It will be his third consecutive games that he misses, as Palace and Lazio are eyeing up a transfer move for him. Ashley Young to Palace, I mean, when you're talking about the fan base and connection with the player itself, I don't think we'll have the tightest bond with him, due to the fact that he has dived before against Palace, and it seems like every time he plays against Palace, Palace fans are on his case. And I mean, it'll be pretty hard to win the fan base over, and coming into a club at this day and age and having that on him is not the greatest situation. However, I want to look at the positives. Of course, we've talked about him diving against us and the fan base not liking him, but set pieces. Luca was in their last game, James McCarthy was in charge, and it was absolutely awful against Arsenal. So I feel like Ashley Young, if he does come, he brings that to the side. I mean, he's a good set piece taker, and we have struggled from set pieces this season, so that would be a positive. And also his leadership as well. I mean, he's got tremendous experience, and I mean, yes, his age isn't on his side, and it isn't really the greatest move for us in terms of that, because we want to lower the average age of squad, but he has got great leadership skills in him. So I mean, that will be another positive. But overall, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Would you be happy with Ashley Young at the club? I assume many of you won't, and I mean, if it does happen, it will be interesting to see how the fan base reacts to it. The final player that we'll be talking about today is Hassani Kamara. Palace have submitted an inquiry for Reims left back Hassani Kamara, as reported on Foot Mercato. The report also confirms that fellow Premier League side Brighton have had a bid rejected for the 25-year-old, and it seems like the club Rems don't want to sell him. You might be wondering, another left back, do we need it? Well, I think so. I mean, Jairo Riedewald, he has been playing good there, but apart from Riedewald, there is only Patrick Van Aanholt, who's our left back, and how I see it, I don't see Riedewald as a left back. I feel like he'll be better suited to central midfield areas. And let me know what you guys think. Do you think we need another left back? He's only 25 years old, which helps, but one thing that doesn't help is the club doesn't want to sell him, and I mean, we're not really in a position to go out and splash lots of money on a player, so it'll be interesting to see if Palace are actually genuinely interested and are willing to pay high amounts of money for him. But I do feel like we need a left back. I mean, going into the season, we've only had one outright left back, and that's Patrick Van Aanholt, as I see Jeffrey Slupp as not a left back under Roy Hodgson. And Jairo Riedewald, I mean, he has been playing good recently, and hats off to him, but I feel like he's better suited to central midfield areas. I don't know if you guys disagree with me or agree with me. Leave down in the comments down below. Where do you see Jairo Riedewald's future at Palace? What position? But as I said, left back, that would be good. Age is on his side, and not that convinced due to the fact that it seems like the club has actually rejected a bid, well, Brighton's bid. So it seems like for us to get him, it'll be very hard, but we'll see what happens. That's it for today. Hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, as I've said, if you can leave a like down below, that'll be massive. I appreciate that a lot. And also make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new content. And yeah, keep your eyes peeled on the channel. There'll be much more videos coming out, especially tomorrow. There'll be Love Sport videos coming out. And yeah, until next time, up the Palace.